Hello everybody, it's Bea from Bespoke Crafts and welcome to my channel. Today's video is the GUMMIAPAN advent calendar and it's day 17. And we've got a little horse. Originally when I first saw this, I thought it was one of those little horses that you have with the wheels on it and you sit on it and you bounce on it and it moves. But I thought, no, I'm going to delve a little bit deeper. So I did a bit of research and there are wooden hand-carved horses. They're hand-painted, generally in red. They are originated in the Swedish province of Dalarna. Yeah, that's it. And it's the national symbol of Sweden. It's valued for its strength and courage and considered to be a good luck symbol. So what I've done with him, I've cut him 3 times. So I've cut him in red card to start with. I thought we'd have a little glossy one. Then I've cut the saddle out and coloured that in the traditional colours. I'm going to put a little bit more red on there because it's just sort of blended in. And then I've done the mane the same. Now the original ones don't have a tail, but I've left it on. And then we've got this little heart. It's just a heart, there's nothing behind it really. So again, I cut that twice and I've laid it up, cut the top bit out, laid it up on the top, just with some normal craft paper, and I've just put some Spectrum wire glitter on it, and then just use this cardstock, which I've had this for ages and ages, craft artist. I've had it for I don't know how long, maybe 4 or 5 years. It's got waterfall green, it's got the red, I've got the blue and the silver as well, I think, somewhere. So yeah, I just did that as a little matte layer for it. I'm not going to put a sentiment on it yet because I'm not sure who it's going to be for. But yeah, so I'm going to do the editing now and get this video up this evening. If you're just here first time, hello and welcome. Can you please subscribe? It does help my channel. It is free, don't cost a thing. Also like, comment, press the notification bell and share if you want. And I will talk to you in a little second when I've just sorted the computer out. Okay, talk to you in a minute. Hello everybody, so I'm on the voiceover now. So here are the 2 little dies, the little horse and the heart. So I'm going to colour them in. I'm going to colour the saddle and the mane on it in the colours that you've seen, which is salvage patina, twisted citron, spice marmalade and candied apple. And I've literally just got a little bit, I've just smooshed a bit on the side. I've got a little pot of water. I'm just using a tiny little paintbrush, as you can see, just to put them, just to colour them in. Now, I got the colours from images off the Google search that I did. So I'm using very similar colours to how they are coloured in. I only saw one of the horses in yellow, and there was one vintage one in white, but they are generally all red, which is why I decided to do the base of him in red. And like I say, he's got his tail where the Dala horse doesn't actually have a tail. I was debating whether to cut it off, as I said earlier, but I decided against that. So yeah, it's just painstakingly colouring this in just to make sure you don't make a mess of it really, but that's the amount of paint, as you can see, that I'm putting on there, and that's still far too much. I was struggling really to see how I could make the card a little bit different, or these little die cuts a little bit different. This is the only way that I could think of I did think about using, you know, the little fairies that GUMMIAPAN do, and the little figures, and putting them on so that it was like they were just riding the horse, but they just weren't sitting right, so I decided against it and went with this anyway. So just having a bit of a clean up here and allowing them all to dry. No, I'm not. This is where I'm putting the little red bits on. So these are all the colours, and on his saddle I did put some little lines, but they blended in too quick. So I might put some little lines, which you can see I'm going to do here. And this brush as well was still a little bit too big, but it's one of the smallest ones that I've got. So after this clean up, I'm going to cut him out. So I've cut the saddle out, and then I'm going to cut his mane out as well. I do end up cutting another one because I wanted to put 3 layers on his mane, so that really did come up above the saddle. So there are 3 layers on his mane. I did just cut a white one out of that one and then just coloured it in a red alcohol marker from the Ohuhu Honolulu 320 markers. There you go, tails off as well on that one. So just going to glue them together. Gina K Connect Glue. Oh, I didn't cut. Did I cut another one out? I don't know. Anyway, this is me trying the reds. That's the colour that I used. No, I didn't need to cut another one out, did I? Just use the mane off the second one. Don't know what I was thinking. It'll be interesting to see what the ladies from GUMMIAPAN do with theirs. As you know, they do a video every day. So with the heart, I'm literally just nipping the top bit out of it and then going to stick that out. Originally, I was going to take the this is the thinking time. I was going to take the little triangles out of it, but I decided against it and just leave it as this. I don't think it would have looked right if I'd done all the other bits to it. There you go, just adding a little bit of dimension, make sure it's level. So there we are. And then I'm just using the Spectrum Noir glitter. So yeah, cute. So then I was trying to think what I'd gone through all my dies and look for different backgrounds that I wanted, and I couldn't find one that I really wanted, so I thought I'll use a piece of cardstock and this 3D embossing folder, which is really, really lovely. It's a Sizzix one by so it's by Kath Breen from Sizzix. Yeah. I liked it because it was like, it's like what's the Art Nouveau? Yeah, it's like an Art Nouveau design. So I didn't want them just sat, so I thought I'll just get me a bit of cotton again, and then just put them so they just look like they've been hanging down. Sticking this down, and I'm using this eyebrow tape, it's false eyelash tape, eyebrow tape, and it is mega sticky, mega sticky. I think I mentioned this earlier this week on one of the videos. Somebody was using it as like as a mint tape. I don't know how they managed that. They would have to keep putting it onto the clothing to get the stickiness off. So I wanted to put a little bit of shimmer behind. Now I've got these cardstock. I think I got it when Create and Craft were on the telly. I must have had this for at least 5 years. It must be, but the colours go really nice. So there's this one and a green one in that pack, and then I think there's a blue and a gold and a silver, and maybe a purple, I'm not sure. So literally I'm just getting rid of these little square foam pads. I don't like them, so I'm just packing everything up and getting rid of them really. They're just too fussy. How can I say that when I've just done what I've done with these dies? But they're just too fiddly, too fiddly. So I've put loads on, taking the backers off, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the glue on the back of them. And I do that on all my foam tape, no matter what I use, simply because it gives you that little bit of wriggle time. You can either put wet glue or a glue stick on. I should really just put a glue stick on and not waste my Gina K. And there's the card panel. So I've decided to put some lines through it on my scoreboard, and I've put 2 lines all the way round. Opposites I've done on 2 of the sides, I've done it the lines all the way to the top and bottom, and then the other ones I've done to the inside of the lines, if you understand what I mean. And there's a mark there on the paper that I hadn't seen on the card. And I was going to do the embossed bit side up, but I didn't like that mark on it, and there's no way that I could disguise it, so I turned it around and did it the other side. So it's now showing the deboss side. And then just to add a little bit of interest, I'm using the candied apple again, a little bit of water, and then just flicking little bits on. I think I've gone a bit overkill on the on the candied apple, but I did only want tiny little splats on it. Don't shout at me for wasting this. And then just leave that to dry so it doesn't smudge. I could have dried it with the heat tool or the heat gun, but I didn't want the paper to warp, so it's only thin, it doesn't take long. And then put in foam pads on the back of this one as well. As I've got it down on the card panel, which was is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8, it just didn't look right. It needed to be given some dimension, which is why I decided to do it. And there you go. Sorry about my head there. And then just using Collall glue just to stick this one down. So we are coming to the end of day 17. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe. I'm putting a little bit more glitter on there. Like, subscribe, press the notification bell, share if you like, please leave a comment. I love listening to you. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing. I really, really do appreciate your support. It's absolutely brilliant. So there you go. There's today's card. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye for now.